So champion people are all spirituals, adaptable. Other homeworlds. A synth, a Hesek. Well, synth could be useful eventually. This person ever became an actual counselor. Big thing is minis in the homeworld. Well, no, a synth is maxed, so not really. It's from anger. Oh well. Hesek. Big thing is probably creating this commander soon, but I don't know what I was thinking, but serving that. Research station. Doing months on the night's quest. Nothing anytime soon. Like to deal with this. Pulling my ships out of port right now would bankrupt me. Shaza. Oh. Ah. It's been a year since I saved. Exactly a year. What did that thing do? Or at least read the message to you guys. Studied some German in high school, and ever since I sometimes like to swear in it. Just because. Wow. Very common thing. Young people, you get in the habit, because adults don't always know you're swearing. They don't want to speak that language. You're a kid, and then it just becomes a habit. Wreckage identified. Oh, I could either improve relations for influence the Killsodians. I don't need influence. The automatic choice was the minerals on the wreckage. That's going to cause an incident. On the other hand, it's probably actually what I needed to do. Since positive relations are not going to last. But the waste an envoy's time arming relations. Just mostly a waste, so it can give me a negative event with most irritating envoy. Or something like that. But broadly speaking, they have better things to do with their envoys. If they want to come and insult me, they should be my guess. Okay. That allows me to do this, which I needed. I think it just tipped over. That's why I paused right before saying, but the default thing. Shoot, I should read the text for you guys. Video is probably gonna get cut in half. Go a little longer, but let me read the description of that. Here I am talking about the minerals something you're just going for. So earlier I found a wrecked freighter, if you remember, when we orbed around a star. Wreckage identified. Our crew, or that was an anomaly description for Hete, like you get a basic thing. Our crew aboard the ISS Hubble report that the matter shipwreck appears to have been the result of an unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. The supply ship suffered a complete loss of life support systems and sustained inoperable damage, drifting until it entered Matar's gravity well. There are no survivors. The ship's cargo hold does indeed contain a notable amount of minerals. However, the captain of the Hubble cautions that the construction indicates Kilsodian design. It's highly likely that the minerals belong to the Kilsodian core, and they may be displeased should we lay claim to their shipment. And I automatically said, do we need those minerals? Which I do. Them disliking me could cause them to waste time insult me, cause military buildups, but if they don't do it on a large scale right before attacking me, it's actually inefficient in a way and can slow the economic growth, and could start a war where I'm on the defensive, which will, I think, upset the pacifists less than if I attack. So maybe just thinking old Heart's Iron terms, or being a defensive war hurts your stability less than an offensive war, because you have higher war support. But anyways, grab the minerals instead of influence, because the influence will all be wasted claiming systems from the Kilsodians. Either way, I'm gonna hurt relations, influence or minerals. Suppose claim more system saves me a bit of alloys influence later, building outposts. Actually, at this point, it'd be more influence. Just saves me some alloys. I mean, it does save influence in the sense I won't spend some later, even if it's less efficient use. Cool. Since my energy situation is kind of desperate. Into the dark. Can't hear this, are we? People are banging around. I do hope it doesn't bother them that I'm streaming. Right, people close doors. Oh, I worry that they're like angry. Say something. I know it's stupid, but I suffered a lot of abuse growing up. And then again, so I was staying, I don't remember that person, and just, well, things that I just got very sensitive to that stuff. Void worms. We have discovered that the far-reaching signals originate from simple space-borne organism we have taken to calling void worms. It appears that the galaxy is riddled with these creatures. Wow. Not this early, but over time the increased number from the varying wavelengths of the signals. We have determined that the creatures develop through several stages of growth before reaching final maturity. Though they do not appear outwardly aggressive, their patterns of communication indicates coordination on a galactic scale. Can get the hunter modifier, and they are aggressive. They will eat your people. Woodworm research will add food output. So fascinating.
An alien
creatures.
nation is hailing us.
Steady stuff. Kind of works the pacifist thing instead of easy prey. It's something that might appear passive, but it's not. Actually, where'd those bloody void worms go? Are they gone? Yeah. They left sensor range. Much around him now. Lasers still work on the cultists. Bracer class is still useful. And they rely mostly on armor. Bucker-wise, a bit more in shields. So less durable overall, but more cost effective. So don't put the lasers in them. So less durable. Lasers are, way... Actually, they're the cheaper component. Whatever. I think I'd use the bracers to avoid worms, but see them. They come back. They'll try and eat my pups. Probably in 10 years they become hostile. Okay. They rejected this deal. Trade mails for engineers. Because when you reload, sometimes it changes how they value stuff. Yes, Con the Eye I need to this month. The last signal received from the Ibn Battuta, the ISS Ibn Battuta, was not much more than garbled static. That's this thing that made science ship disappear before. They had been studying the strange and localized storms on Hadrian's Cont 5 and were sending back incredible preliminary reports. It's a gas giant. The Tempest reacted to the probes being sent in, creating vacuum pockets to avoid them, and then slowly sweeping back in towards the drones. ISS Ibn Battuta was planning on testing out numerous scanner frequencies at the storm before we lost contact. The science ship seems to have sunken into the gas giant and appears to be dormant. Here at science, here, which will remove the energy deposit and benefit the hive mind, or can rescue it, which is probably what I want to do because you get a bunch of skill physics. You need to rescue the Ibn Battuta.
Situation log has been updated.
And you get this ship back. You need a science ship in orbit. It doesn't say it scale times out. So I can wait quite a while, potentially. So I actually have the science ship available. Of course, I get these custodians will close their borders soon. We should do it after this derelict cruiser. I think I made another science ship there in time. Say that, but this one can actually go there quite efficiently. Maybe be able to get around the custodian borders. Maybe. Let's explore this way. I'm pretty sure these borders will be shot at me very soon. It's not worth doubling back into shit. Getting medical EMA. Barely finish the cruiser before they get annoyed about taking that shipment. Close the borders, which will make relations even worse. Plus, I can declare a rivalry without having to waste an envoy. Envoy in reserve in case they make first contact soon. Depending on routing, this might. Much I had. This might overflow the influence limit. Alright. Maybe a life's possible day. Rest. other events further. How about? A few civilians here. The trade value isn't terrible. So I just don't have energy to resell them quite yet. Take a look, see if there wasn't a twist. But expire while I'm doing this. So it was seen because I cut these videos in two. This video in two. Missed the intro before. I should say, I hope you folks have enjoyed this video. And welcome to the channel, new viewers, if there are any. For those who don't know, I'm disabled on COVID. I apologize. It sometimes makes me a bit unfocused. It sucks, and stress wearing on me because it put me in a situation where I was living in an abusive situation with a family member, trying to survive by, not paying rent or much rent. I was paying a family member a little, but to save me money, that was what I was doing, obviously. But the stress of that situation, which would never happen without long COVID, and probably the family member wouldn't have been abusive without it, is the stress of it. They were stressed over it. I found stressing seeing me, quote, shadow myself, and they were actually very rude about it and constantly putting me down. But anyways, it's like, no, this is still me. Not that much has fundamentally changed. Just somebody who values you, though, if you're intelligent, maybe not as quick thinking as before. Anyways, and then financial stress. All these stresses make it even worse, but and the government makes it worse by making it hard to survive, not doing enough to support people with long COVID, not make it easy to even get like Social Security approval, like make it onerous to prove, and in some areas just rejecting people who are clearly disabled with it. In some states, the local offices, I think, making the decision, or the national office showing bias based on what state people are coming from. I'm not sure which is actually happening, since I don't know how the process works. Could also be an element of racism in certain states and more certain minority groups, but there are definitely some racists in the Social Security Administration. I'm white, but I'm saying that certain states might be getting screwed because they have a lot of black or Hispanic people, and there's racism. That may be why the stats vary by state. But anyways, and in fact, black and Hispanic people, if I remember correctly, are much more likely to get long COVID than white, probably because of lower quality health care that they were receiving, less likely to receive antivirals with COVID infections, among other things, which have been proven to somewhat reduce the chance of developing long COVID if you get antivirals with infection, although a lot less than initially estimated. Turn out the initial estimates are over optimistic on that, as they were with the vaccine reducing the chance of long COVID. In both cases, the effect is less significant than initially figured, probably because they weren't properly correcting for wealthier people rely on having more of these things, and there being less stress in general, and lower stress levels seems to correlate with better outcomes. Less likely to hit a long COVID if you're already really stressed. About the stress increases the chance of it, which actually I think makes sense if it's an autoimmune disease. Essentially, your immune system is affected by stress, by cortisol levels and such. And one theory on long COVID is that it is an autoimmune disease, effectively. And the fact that there's stress effects is one more piece of evidence that strongly suggests that that's the correct hypothesis. The more I learn about, the more it seems like that's what's going on. Maybe I'm just getting anchored It's a term when you anchor. You're thinking of a certain hypothesis. Could be that it's something entirely different. Proven wrong. I'm not a scientist anymore. I mean, I'm still trained as one, but to talk to actual medical scientists is, yeah, possible that a lot of them think that hypothesis, but a lot of people, they talk to one person, they think that person's the ultimate authority. There's going to be people who disagree with it, in fact, a lot. But let's say if 30% of people think this is the correct theory, and that's might be the one that has the most support. Others theories may have 10, 15%. That means 70% of people are still not going to think it is. So you got to talk to a lot of people and have perspective that most theories will not be agreed on until they're proven, without a doubt. In fact, some theories that were proven without a doubt were widely rejected for a long time, like quantum physics. A lot of the older physicists refused to accept it, and they just simply died off, and younger ones that accepted it. Which led to the saying that physics advances one funeral at a time. Cynically. Oh yeah, let's try a new trade deal. Trade. They didn't care about food. For energy. Goods. Maybe the minerals just to push it up over the threshold. Okay. The deal a lot less small. Probably need a bit of energy to resell pops. Shouldn't go too heavy on consumer goods. Let's get a tiny amount. No conditions may change though. You might not offer such a good deal on consumer goods in the future. Yeah. The consumer goods won't run out for a while longer. These minerals to sweeten the deal. Generally speaking, I probably don't want to trade in minerals. Nerd secure.
System survey concluded.
They accepted. Nice. So I do have reselling to do. We have 3 civilians to anchor. But there we go. Doesn't update that number right away. Definitely shipped 100 priests but knights. So not so bad on some goods. Strong. At least Uni, I'm pretty sure, does do overflow. do? Science. Remember? It might do into storage. That is... If I overshoot them out for attrition, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, if you have leftover uni, which goes to the next attrition, can be spent on other things like hiring meters. So. Whoa. Okay. I don't want this guy serving anything. Oop. Didn't I swap him for... Can't. Let's go get this. Probably move through here fast. It's a matter of time to talk. I can't move through these boards at all. Anything here will probably end up in the Lives territory. In anomalies. Get one scientist back when I rescue a ship. Official and commander. And basically, one of each leader class. Five civilians. Consumer goods. Could just actually done more technicians to store up energy, now I think about it, but yeah. And that squires are very valuable. Being stability up there. You have enough to even make the quest proceed faster by amplifying night contribution. Could be wrong. Going pretty fast because I have so many nights. But the thing that turned toxins into extra night jobs in the Anchor, even though less overall profitability, makes the quest go faster if I'd add Unity to the nights. Which is good. If I'm going to do the successor empire thing, I don't want it to be too long until I finish the quest. Never do that before this game peters out or something happens. Things can happen like my multiplayer series. I don't control the router here, so I may have trouble continuing those because it's not Stellaris, but like Legion Wonders 3. It's the main. It's the one I got. Pick up games occasionally with someone else. Older. But yeah, Age of Wonders 3 I may have trouble because the router not having control right here. Like, same with that member. Is able to access the router and at port forwarding. Solar farming base? Vast fields of bioengineered crops ripple beneath controlled skies, feeding the needs of our empire. And I realized you get farmer jobs instead of technician ones to a reactor district. That might actually be more valuable in some ways. There's no debuff to farmer output. So I'll do more to help with the trade situation. Want to run generators here. I think I might do solar farming base. If I do agrarian ideal someday, that'll add amenities to the habitat. Should probably be a long time before it caps out on those. Do the inability to do luxury housing units. Unless I get Voidborn. I did not know that was available. Solar farming base. It's using plants to what? Energy. Makes sense in a way. And then I sell the food for trade value, which I trade very efficiently for stuff from other empires. The trade hubs and building that will soon not be as over saturate that. Most likely. Probably do Nebula refineries next. Minerals probably more valuable. Do diminishing returns on. Great. A couple Nebula refineries. Plenty of naval capacity. Back squires add more, don't they? Not just defense armies. Knights add more. But anyways, plenty of naval capacity. This one is added, but nope. I don't need anchorages right now. What I need is resource production. Trade minerals. Actually, probably. Yeah. Gain pop growth, babe. And pop snanker. Northstar base module. Level up an official. This, I've already done this. This should work. Set colony designation. Officially, colony destinations improve efficiency. Unofficially, they're just a way to make mostly rocks sound like an economic strategy. Oops, forgot to. Squares should instantly demote. Yep. There we go. 24 priests. At this point, I can disable this because I don't need it to have all the priest jobs currently available. You know what? I'll do 40 priests. Just not the temple anymore. Not enough minerals for that yet. So we'll go into robotics production. Interesting group. Strongholds up there. Alright. I handle abundant amounts of trade. It's curious. They promised a venture. They didn't mention the months of silence and recycled air. Then the trade hub came online. Finally, something worth sticking around for. I don't like that description. Oh, calling designation. There we go. And build a building, today construction, tomorrow civilization. Hire a scientist. Boom. Build a mining station. Some see an asteroid, we see an inconveniently shaped pile of credits. Our scientist was, of course, you want someone who can chart both a climb singularity and a budget? Good luck with that. Anyhow. This focuses are completing one after another after another.
Construction completed.
Just do another trade up here. That was for Privy Council. Edict Fund, Counselor Experience Gain. No longer be over my edict capacity. About to get another edict. Capacity subsidies, maybe? Technicians are by far my most prevalent remaining worker type. Yep, capacity subsidies. This edict allows short-term overloading of energy grids, letting power plants across our empire run at increased capacity. I'll help increase my energy generation situation. Actually, I could do farming subsidies too. Maybe after at the fortress station, I increase the number of farmers. $975 labor worth of farmers, or well, 975 people working as farmers. I have to count for automation changing a little, but 50 miners. I have a greater need for minerals right now. Anyways, farming can be leveraged. Is becoming less worthwhile. Give me a sec, guys. No, I'm not going to do it. Part of the reason is I actually want to run fortify the borders soon for extra star bases. The extra plus 2 star base capacity will definitely be useful. Of course, I want to actually exceed my star base capacity a little before I do it. But, yeah. 2 more star bases actually produce more value than the uni upkeep. At least if I'm doing trade hubs. Especially if I get star holds. And... oof. Alright. Mining station. Done. Here in district. Energy is medium through which. And stick around long enough to read it. Energy is the medium through which all things manifest. Abdipal? Okay. Have consumer goods. I hadn't done that yet. Have energy. Consumer goods fuel innovation, culture, and general contentment. Are they luxury items? Advanced tools? A really nice hat? Yes. Making fun about other variety of things in the game. Federation code will be the next development thing. Should be nice. I'll be able to found federations. Maybe one with the council here. Right, this isn't wild. What's going on? Is power something? No. There. Alright, I'm gonna cut this here. Hope you folks enjoyed the video. Take care of each other. Be kind yourselves. May always put a guiding star lead you home. Next time is Northstar I do. Best of luck to you all.